It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning and welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News. I'm your host, Chillie Falls, coming to you live on location at the Playbook Sports Bar on Navigator of the Seas. Good morning to each and every one of you. Glad you stopped in to see me this morning. We're in Puerto Vallarta today, so I'm actually on location there. Today, by the way, folks, is National Wear Your Pajamas to Work Day. Now, that's not bad for those of you that are working at home. It might be a problem if you got a boss someplace. You might want to check with them before you go into work today in your PJs. Kind of a slow day on sailings from North American ports. From Port Canaveral, you got Mariner of the Seas sailing today from Los Angeles, St. Pedro. You got the Grand Princess sailing. Headlines on today's show: details as celebrity shuffles to Holland America's 149th anniversary. How about that? An itinerary change for the Magic, search suspended for the man overboard, and an end to the mask mandates, and I have some thoughts about that. And a whole lot more here at 11 this morning. If you're listening via the podcast, welcome aboard. You can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcasts from. TuneIn, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, Pandora, Stitcher, Google Podcast, Apple, all the big guys. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the fat travel guy. By the way, at times I do show some clips or pictures from my cruising or from some of the Chillie Cruises family is out and about. You can always get the link to the video feed in the description for the podcast. Okay. I do have a little bit of an update on the New York Times situation. Those of you that saw the show yesterday announced that this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern time, I will be talking with the fact checker from the New York Times. I asked Crystal, the writer, what the situation was going to be and how much it's changed from the initial plans. And here was the answer. The podcast that was originally set to feature me on one of the issues is being restructured, so it likely won't launch until fall. But what the New York Times decided to do, they wanted to get the piece out way before fall. So they're going to publish it as a standalone piece. It will take the shape of an article on the opinion pages of the New York Times, but with a play button for the audio. So hopefully after my meeting this afternoon, we'll get a published date, so I'll know when we can start looking for it, because I'm interested to see how it turns out myself. So, all right, guys, I will be back with today's news after a word from one of our network sponsors. All right, on with today's news. I just noticed I had some pictures that I thought was going to upload. I'm having a little bit of signal problem this morning. Let me jump over and check and make sure that nobody's screaming at me for signal. Good morning, everybody. I assume everybody. It's too bad the reporter can't capture the incident at Cozumel. Yeah, I think that's what I need. make a fool of myself. All right, so I guess everybody can hear me this morning because I could not tell anything when I went live as to whether I was on the air or not. So I've got a pictures very clear. Thank you, Hot Air. I do appreciate that. Okay, on with today's news. Last week, Celebrity announced that the Celebrity Solstice 2022 and 2023 Asian season was canceled, and that the ship would instead be sailing in the U.S. to the Mexican Riviera, where I am right now, which is going to replace Celebrity Millennium in this region. Millennium then moves to the Caribbean. So that's the shuffle deal between the two ships. Details of both were released yesterday by Celebrity. From September 22 to April of 23, Celebrity Solstice will offer 5, 7, and 8 night cruises from Los Angeles to the Mexican Riviera, with calls in Puerto Vallarta, Ensenada, and Mazatlan. Some itineraries will also include stops in Cabo. The ship will also offer 5 unique Pacific coastal itineraries that will take guests up and down the West Coast from Ensenada to Vancouver. Port calls along the way can include San Francisco, Catalina Island, and Monterey. Returning to the Caribbean from October to December of 2022, the Millennium will embark on 7-night itineraries and include stops in places like St. Thomas, Barbados, and Nassau in the Bahamas. As part of Millennium's repositioning, the ship will be doing a 15-night one-way Panama Canal cruise from San Francisco with 6 port calls along the way, including Puerto Vallarta, where I am today, Punta Arenas, and Aruba. The sailing will conclude in Puerto Rico. Celebrity Cruises has also extended their health protocols through May 31st of this year on all U.S. departures. This affects cruises on the Apex, Constellation, Edge, Equinox, Millennium, Reflection, Silhouette, and the Celebrity Summit. Holland America is one step closer to its anticipated 150th anniversary. I did not realize they were that old. The special occasion was celebrated on board Holland American cruise ships yesterday with grand desserts, special champagne toasts, and festivities for guests and team members. The anniversary comes at a time when the entire fleet will be back in operation pretty soon. The Carnival-owned cruise line will also officially commemorate the christening of its new ship, the Rotterdam. The entire fleet of 11 ships will be back sailing when the Noordam sails on April 24th, Oosterdam on May the 8th, Zaandam on May 12th, and the Westerdam on June 12th. The Rotterdam event will take place May the 30th. By the way, folks, if you ever are going to sail on Navigator of the Seas, make sure you come to Playmaker Sports Bar. Ask for Fernando. You guys met him yesterday. Or Denson, who's one of the bartenders here. Great guys. This has been a regular stop for me now. Carnival Cruise Line has announced an itinerary change on May 21st, sailing of the Carnival Magic. Instead of calling in Nassau, the ship will call in Bimini. The ship's May 23rd port of call in Nassau was to have been from 2 to 11, but instead the visit to Bimini will be from 12 to 7. Nassau and Bimini are roughly 150 miles apart. Because of the change, the port of call times for the following port, which is Freeport, are also slightly changed. The ship was initially scheduled to be in Freeport from 7 to 3:30 on Tuesday, May 24th. Instead, the port of call will only be from 7 until 3. Carnival Magic cruise ship sails from Norfolk for that sailing. After a 58-hour search covering 2,000 square miles, The Coast Guard has made an official decision to suspend its search for the 43-year-old man who went overboard from the cruise ship Mardi Gras. 2 Coast Guard cutters and an aircraft were searching for the man. The man was identified by Coast Guard as Tang Tran. The report states that the man jumped overboard from the Carnival cruise ship on Saturday, 55 miles off the Florida coast. The information on the incident was reported to Chillie's Cruises early Saturday morning by Carnival officials. All right, what could have been my lead story this morning, and I kind of waited to make it the last story for a couple reasons. After a federal judge in Florida struck down the government's mask mandate earlier yesterday, the Biden administration announced a temporary removal of the mask mandate with no clear direction regarding if and when it will be enforced again. Several airlines followed suit, saying they would lift their requirements for passengers, meaning masks will now be optional on many airlines. It remains unclear if the Justice Department will appeal the ruling to the Atlanta-based 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, but for now, the federal government appears to be throwing in the towel on the mask mandate. Last night, United, Alaska, Delta, American, and Southwest all announced they would drop the mask requirements. U.S. District Judge Catherine Kimball Mizell, an appointee of former President Trump, made the ruling. Now, I have some very specific issues with both parts of this, folks. Number one, you guys know that I've had trouble on the airlines, on the airplanes. I'm perfectly comfortable on the cruise ship to be maskless. I have not been comfortable on airlines in any way, shape, or form. When I get on the airplane heading back to Virginia Friday night, actually, the mask will be back on. I'm equally as offended. I think, number one, I think this was a little bit premature, especially with the new variant spreading like it is. But I'm equally as offended that they're making, that media is making an issue out of the fact that this was a President Trump appointee. Folks, it doesn't matter who appointed this judge. That's a federal judge appointee. It's for life, people. If there's any issue at all, it's not with President Trump having nominated this person. It's for Congress that, in fact, confirmed her. She is a U.S. District Court judge for life. Done. It's over. It's no use in trying to stir up another political issue. One of the things we don't need in this country is political issues again. That's caused the problems with masking. It's caused the problems with vaccinations. It's caused problems with all sorts of things. That's just my opinion. I don't agree with her ruling, but then I don't agree with a lot of rulings judges make. So I took an informal poll this morning. I've talked to a total of 10 people on this ship. And without saying anything about how I felt, I, in fact, asked them their feelings on the actions that happened yesterday and the cancellation of mask mandates by the airlines that I announced a few minutes ago. Out of the 10 people that I have talked to about that this morning, 9 of them are completely in agreement with my position on it. Too premature, and those 9 of the 10, if they get on a plane Friday, they're going to wear their masks because they're not comfortable in that space any more than I am. So now I realize that this is coming from a skewed audience because all of us are vaccinated, boosted for the most part, and we're comfortable on cruise ships without masks. But 9 out of 10 are equally as uncomfortable in airplanes. Just reporting what I found out. Okay, that's it for news today. Let's go see who's in the chat room now. By the way, cheers. I am working on my vegetable levels again today. Don't want to get them too low. My guys take care of me here. I do like this. I like the guys over at Cafe Promenade are good too. But I especially like Sportsbook here. Hot Air's with us. Yeah, by the way, I mentioned Hot Air said, I said good morning or afternoon. I'm confused on all the time changes. I can't believe that we had to change clocks again last night. We're now on Eastern Standard Time, not Eastern Daylight Time, Eastern Standard Time in Puerto Vallarta. Mazatlan yesterday was on Central. I don't know. I'm confused on what. We've changed clocks. This is our third clock change. So anyway, I keep my watch set for the show. So I look at my watch, and if it says it's 11 o'clock, it's time to go live. So I heard John with us from up there in Nanook of the Northland. Says good morning, everybody. Snow coming up to 1.5 feet in North Dakota. I need a cruise. Yes, you do. Get the hell out of there and get on a boat. I know. I'm not supposed to call them boats. Cindy's with us. Good morning, Cindy. Gretchen's here. Too bad the reporter didn't capture the incident at Canaveral. He's referring to the fact of my scooter flipping over on my head. Yeah, that would go real well in the New York Times. I still don't know if they're going to trash me or if it's going to be good. I'm pretty sure it's going to be good. I probably will get more of an idea on the fact checking, the kind of questions she asked me this afternoon. Anyway, I'm not getting off the ship today simply because of that this afternoon. So it's going to be a busy day here. I've got stuff I want to do this afternoon too. So, but that's the most important thing. We'll get that knocked out of the way. Joanne's with us. Hi, Joanne. Good to see you again. Hot Air said the picture was very clear. Nikki's with us. Hi, Nikki. Gretchen says, John, the weather god surprised me with a couple inches of wet, slushy snow this morning. I know how you feel. Amy's with us. Hi, Amy. Joanne says, morning to everybody. Cindy loves Playmakers on Independence of the Sea also. They're really good guys. They are. And I walked in last night and he started off my litany. You want a Bloody Mary? I said, no, not this way today. You want your bourbon and Diet? No, I want Brandy Alexander. He said, okay. So that was the first Brandy Alexander I've had from here. So yeah, but they know me and they know what I drink. They're real good guys. So Cindy says I'll be wearing my mask when I fly in August or September. Man, unless something changes drastically, I'm just, well, hopefully I'm not going to fly anytime soon, other than getting back to Virginia. My next cruises are out of Miami. When I get back, I'm going to look into the train down there, assuming I do okay on the train. Either driving or train, one of the two. I haven't decided yet. Nikki says, where are you? Is this today? I say, no, we're in Puerto Vallarta today, Nikki. We did 3 port days in a row, and then now we're going to be at sea until Friday, back to Los Angeles after when we sail this afternoon. But today is Puerto Vallarta, and yes, right outside you can see a big damn Walmart. The one thing I don't want to see when I'm at a port is a Walmart. While removing the mask rule for planes might be premature, I'm very happy that parents no longer have to keep little kids masked up on flights, which is almost impossible. Yeah, I agree with that, and that was rough on some of the kids. Maybe that's why there was so much screaming and crying on the plane too. Come to think about it, I didn't really think about the mask part of it. But yeah, maybe you probably got a good point there, Amy. No mask for me in June to Europe. We will see for September to LaGuardia. Emily's with us. Hi, Emily. Love your photos. Thank you. Our power went out in the middle of the night due to the storm we had. Post comments and some destinations learn more. Okay, I can't. Is that the end of? I'm kind of locked up on the comments section there, folks. So, all right. Anyway, that's going to wrap me up for today, guys. Again, I'm probably not going to go ashore today. I'm probably just going to do my little thing with the New York Times at 3 o'clock this afternoon. I've got a sauna to go crawl into up in the spa. I started doing that yesterday afternoon. Enjoyed that a little bit. I haven't been able to get into a hot tub because they've been pretty crowded, although it's going to be up in like 90 degrees here today. So I may try while we're still in port to see if I can get in one of the hot tubs as well. I have to see it. I'm going to do a lot of this around the New York Times because that's the important thing for me for the day. So, all right, guys, that's going to do me for today. As always, if you're new to this channel, welcome aboard. We always appreciate the thumbs up. Hit that, pound that like button for me. That helps a lot. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing. The bell notification will tell you when I go live or when a new video is up. And that's going to be happening more and more. I've got just a ton of stuff ready, a ton of content ready that I've just got to finish editing and get it up. So hopefully I'll have some time now with 3 sea days to maybe get some work done. I don't know. Anyway, eventually it'll all get up from all these cruises. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. I'll see everybody back here same time, same channel tomorrow morning. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising, and hopefully we'll all meet on the high seas one of these days real soon. This is the old fat travel guy. Have a terrific day, everybody. See y'all tomorrow.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.